availability of a closed system, just try to understand carefully. Now let me consider that there is a system like this, which is initially at pressure P1, volume V1, temperature T1, and internal energy U1, entropy S1. Okay, now I am supplying heat from the surroundings which are at temperature T0. So the surroundings are at temperature T0 and I am supplying Q amount of heat such that this system changes its properties and reaches a dead state. So what do you mean by this dead state? So when a system comes in equilibrium with the surroundings, which means that the availability of the system is zero, we call it as dead state. So here this system is coming in interaction with the surrounding environment and reaching in equilibrium state with the surroundings. So that means the surrounding pressure is P0, temperature is T0, then internal energy U0, entropy S0, and volume V0. Now this system is receiving heat from the surrounding environment which is at temperature T0 and reaching a dead state. So that means it is coming in equilibrium with the surrounding environment. Now here what is happening is, if we apply first law of thermodynamics here, dou Q is equal to du plus dou W. So from this we can write dou W is equal to dou Q minus du. Now here dou Q can be written as T0 into S0 minus S1. The reason why we are writing here dou Q as T0 into S1 minus S0 here is, see, heat transfer is taking place from the surroundings to the system and system is reaching from condition 1 to condition 0, which is nothing but the dead state. So during this process the temperature is coming to equilibrium and that equilibrium temperature is nothing but T0 temperature. So the system is coming into equilibrium state with the surroundings which is at temperature T0 and there is entropy variation during this process, that is S0 minus S1. So this is the variation in the entropy. So as this is coming in equilibrium, we have considered temperature as T0 and pressure as P0 we need to consider because of equilibrium state. Then internal energy is U0 minus U1. So this is what you have got here. Now we can write this same expression as U1 minus T0 S1 minus U0 minus T0 S0. You can write like this. By small interchanging, you can write this expression like this. So this is the formula for work done during the process when the system is reaching from the condition 1 to the dead state. That means it is coming into equilibrium with the surrounding environment. So in this case the formula for work done that we have got here is this one. Now here when we are supplying heat from the surrounding environment, then obviously there will be a variation in the volume because of heat addition for this particular system. So because of this volume variation, there might be certain displacement work happening. So that displacement work will be equal to P0 into V0 minus V1. So volume is changing from V1 to V0 here and this volume is varying from V1 to V0 because of heat addition, there will be some displacement of the boundaries of this system. So that's why that displacement work done is taken as P0 into V0 minus V1. See, there might be a question that will be arising, that is why we have considered T0 here and why we have considered P0 here. What happened to P1 and T1? See, the system is coming in equilibrium with the surroundings and is reaching a dead state. So that's why as it is coming in equilibrium, we are considering that equilibrium temperature and pressure for solving this particular condition. Okay, now we have got work done from the first law of thermodynamics, and at the same time we have got the displacement work done. Now we need to understand what is the maximum possible work output. So the maximum possible work output can be obtained when we have subtracted the displacement work from the work that is obtained from the first law of thermodynamics. So dou W minus, so dou W that we have got from the previous expression is U1 minus T0 S1 minus U0 minus T0 S0. So this is dou W minus displacement work is P0 into V0 minus V1. So this is what we have got. Now we can write this equation like this. U1 plus P0 V1 minus T0 S1 minus U0 plus P0 V0 minus T0 S0. So this is the equation that we have got here. Now see, this U plus P0 V minus T0 S, we can name it as some phi, and this phi is nothing but the non-flow availability function. Non-flow availability function. So therefore the maximum useful work will be equal to phi 1 minus phi 0, you can write. So phi 1 minus phi 0 will be the maximum useful work. Here from this expression only we are going to get one more important term, that is U minus Ts. See, this U minus Ts is called F, and where this F is called the Helmholtz function. So the Helmholtz function is obtained from the second law of thermodynamics when we have applied to the closed system. So second law of thermodynamics applied to a closed system, or availability of the closed system, is giving us two equations. One is U minus Ts, which is equal to F, which is called Helmholtz function, and U minus T0 into S plus P0 into V, this is called phi, and this is the non-flow availability function. So these two equations we are getting from the availability of a closed system expression.